Good morning, everyone. I tell you what, it's an absolute pleasure being able to come here and study the markets with you guys because you never fail to put a smile on my face. Some of the stuff that comes out of this chat room sometimes. Oh dear, leave me alone. Good morning, guys. Hope you're all doing well. What's up from Cold Evolution? Good morning, Max. Another day behind the scope. One shot, one kill. Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. Right, how are you all doing then? How was the Asian session? Looks like I mean, to be honest with you, it doesn't look like too much happened overnight. I know some of you guys were up all night trading, or in the day if you're in Australia, around the other side of the world. Yeah, well, this is Magnetron's suggestion, or he just wanted me to have a look at it. I assume he's already in it. But this looks really nice. This Euro Sec, very nice position. We've got a really great opportunity for a gap close here. I mean, the gap close is already almost done, to be honest with you. I do certainly think that we are going to close that gap as well. I certainly think price action is going to be able to get down to that 200 EMA before we find a level of support and possibly get a continuation to the upside at the moment. I don't know. Let's have a look on the daily for a second. Quite interesting place that price is actually reversed here. It's quite a wide range, however. Let's have a look. I mean, it's taken a real bit of volatility down, hasn't it? It's not like a short-term pullback. It's really got some leg down there at the moment. Daily things running out of steam as well. And look at this on the daily here. MACD crossover. It's just starting to form. Very nice setup for a short here, for a longer term short. You know, possibly get down to the the 1034 gold level down here. Maybe down to just below, below the 50 EMA there on the daily, possibly. But yeah, this one looks really nice. I mean, to be honest with you guys, this one's already taken place. Magnetron, like I said, was it did suggest me get my words out. Did suggest me to take a look at this morning. We've already kind of set off now on the 4 hour. The execution, as you can see, was here. Okay, so that's the stereotypical max strategy right there. Shaded histograms, MACD crossover, red volume indicator here. Okay, perfect lineup. So you would have gone short about there. Continuation to the downside. So yeah, I mean, but on the bigger time frame, on the daily time frame, this looks really good for quite a continuation down. You're looking at previous price action here as well. We've come up, gone right back down, come up, right back down. We've come up, we've made a lower high here, and now we've got some real leg to the downside again. So yeah, it does look good. I mean, so we're gonna have to rely on the Krona's strength, because at the moment the euro isn't actually looking too weak on its own. So we're going to have to rely solely on the Krona's strength here to push this pair down. But I mean, at the moment, it's not having a problem at all, is it? So I don't see why that can't continue on. I think if you're trading this on an intraday level, I would definitely be targeting the 200 EMA first. Okay, that would be my first level of anticipation for the pair. Once price action gets down to around here, I would then reevaluate. But if I got in an execution up here at these levels, I would simply be bringing down my stop loss just above the 50 EMA here. So I had that as protection to price action to the upside. And I'd be letting it go. I really would, because I feel quite confident that we could be in the beginnings of a longer term downward trend on that Euro Sec. It looks really good to the downside. I like that one. Yes, riding shark. Yeah, I know you guys. There were a few of you guys this morning asked me to look into the pound Swiss. Um, so pound Swiss yesterday on the live stream in the afternoon, before obviously all of this happened. The idea was that price action was going to take a bit of a pullback, have a nice pullback down here, and then get a bit of a continuation on. Now at the moment, that's been played out. Obviously, I can remove all of this rubbish now. But at the moment, price action doesn't look finished. Okay, yes, it's bouncing off of the 1 hour 50 EMA here, but I don't think this is finished, guys. I really don't. I mean, the hours indicators down here as well. It doesn't show me any signs that price action is stalling at this level yet. It looks like it's still got strength to the downside. I mean, we have had a really big run with the pound recently, so I think, to be honest with you, the pound's done so well for us. I wouldn't keep on constantly going long against the pound, because it's the pound index is the same as any price action. It's gonna have a pullback, and after we've had such a significant climb in the pound, the pullback could end up being a bit, quite a bit steeper than usually happens. In terms of things like this. That little pullback there, little pullback here, little pullbacks all along the way up. This is clearly not one of those pullbacks, so I think we could get a bit of a breakthrough at this 50 EMA. Now, if you ask me, Max, do I think it's going to be an EMA gap close? I don't really think it's going to be going that far down. I don't think we're going to be able to hit this with the 1 hour 200 EMA, but I do think if we close below the 50 EMA on the 1 hour, we could be looking at around the 131.80. Okay, so I will put a level in there to work with. There we go, 131.80, right there. So that's if price action closes below the 1 hour 50 EMA, then I see G Swiss continuation down to the 131.80. Okay, but only if price action closes below this 50 EMA. We've got 37 minutes left before we get that, before we find out. Yeah, it does retop. Yeah. Let's look. Yeah. So right, we'll go back to the normal. We'll go back to the normal scan. So Aussie dollar at the moment, it's not really doing much of anything. We have now closed below the 1 hour EMAs, which is great because we're using them as resistance to price action. On the 4 hour, we are also below the EMAs. So again, really good signs that we are going to get continuation of the downside. I mean, bear in mind what we're seeing down here as well on the 4 hour. The 1 hour doesn't look too great, but I'm going to wait for the 36 minutes to see how this closes. The 15 minutes is going to tell us that it looks short because it's too short a time frame at the moment. But the hour and the 4 hour I would be focusing on here. Now, if we can get nice, fresh red momentum down here, this MACD as well is just below the 0 line as well, so signifies quite good that we're still looking weak in the pair. Now, if we can get a green below red on the MACD as well, we get the crossover with a red volume histogram, that will be looking short to previous lows. So I quite like where this is positioned at the moment. We have made good headway short. I know a lot of you guys on Monday, PFX in particular, and a couple of others were short on the Aussie dollar, and they had to wait for a while because it was a real grind before we started going down there. But I have had a short bias against the Aussie dollar all week. And it's been a bloody grind, but we are about halfway there. We are about 50% of the way there in the move at the moment. But price action is really stalling around these levels, and I want to see fresh information coming out of price action, the momentum squeeze, the MACD, and the Weiss wave volume indicator to signify if we're going to be able to squeeze the other 50% of the move in before obviously tomorrow's close of play. So I'm still going to be holding a short bias with that one. This is almost like looking at the exact same pair. So my bias is exactly the same for this one as well, guys. The first level of interest for this one was the 68.11. Okay, this level here. So this was a little bit further up than the Aussie dollar. So that's the first one I'll be looking at. We have got relatively close to this. So again, it's been a bit of a bloody grind to get down here. Bearing in mind on Monday, we came down a little bit, we came back up, we came down, and then we got the move down. So at the moment, it's still looking good. It's still looking good to the downside, but very much the similar analysis to the Aussie dollar. I want to see fresh confirmation, MACD crossover, squeeze momentum is going to be red, and the volume's going to be stronger than that tiny little red histogram that we can just about see there on the chart. So continuation to the downside, only with fresh confirmation. If you went long, as and when I gave you the idea to go long on Monday, then don't have any fears at all. You're absolutely fine. You've got the protection of the EMAs there and everything. That's great. I'm just giving you a further bias for continuation down to the gold line. 200 EMA is pretty much coming up here now, and I do think we'll be able to clip. Through that. So 68.11 for the NZD USD still. So Euro Oz. So the Euro Oz's target was the 160 magnet. We are still grinding our way up there. This one unfortunately has been a bit of a grind as well. Not on the way down, but this way up's been a bit of hard work for the Euro Oz pair. So I'm still looking at the 160 magnet for this pair. Previous highs, very simple stuff, guys, at the moment. Okay. Euro Oz has been in a range. All we've been doing the whole time, the analysis I've been giving you is go short, go long, go short, go long, and just following that along. So all I'm doing now is going long to the 160 magnet. As soon as price action reaches around here, if we see continuation past this levels, will be great to go for continuation to the upside. But I should imagine, based on previous price action, we'll probably start to peak out here and fail out a little bit, and then we'll start a downward decline back down to previous lows. So that's going to be my bias for the Euro Oz. Long till the 160 magnet, then we can reassess where we are. I mean, the 160 magnet is only 50 pips away from where we currently are in price action. So, it isn't possible to reach that 56. It isn't possible to reach 56 today. 56. 56 down there. I don't think we'd be getting down there, Sonic. No, that's all right. That's all right, buddy. No need to be sorry, mate. Wrong number. What? What number are you on about? 59.80. Okay, 59.80. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. That's a good target to have. Very good target to have. We've had a lot of wicks come up and touch this area as well in the past, so it's a great target. Yeah, that could be hit today. Absolutely, it could. 59.80, mate. That's only we're 59.50 now. Yeah, that could absolutely be hit today. And my bias long, I'm targeting the 160 magnet, so I'm confident in price action in my analysis that will be hit. 56 is stop loss. Yeah, so Euro Oz long. So Euro pound at the moment. Yeah, check this out. So yesterday, target for the Euro pound was 85.27. Okay, look at that. Price action come down, bang. Immediately we hit that 85.27 level. We get an immediate pullback. Now the Euro pound, in particular, I know I'll certainly be going against the bias of mostly everyone here, but the Euro pound to me looks like a buy signal. It looks like a buy signal to me. Yeah, I can't help it. I can't help but look at the technicals and what the charts are telling me. But yeah, to me that looks like a potential buy signal. It really does. I mean, at the moment, yes, we're only closing the gap with the 8-period moving average. We're having a bit of a bounce up from the 85.27, which was yesterday's target. But that one looks like a bit of a buy signal to me. But I want to wait for the 4-hour confirmation. I mean, in 30 minutes, we're going to get the next. Candlestick anyway. So I'm not going to be trading it now anyway. It doesn't make a difference. But if I get the right signs, I would be looking for an intraday long on the Euro pound back up to the 86.21 before we get continuation to the downside. And trade. We're just going to be profiting to the upside on the pullback. We don't always have to make pips just on shorts or longs. We can do both at the same time. MACD crossover 4 hour upside. Yeah, I agree, Foosh. This to me, guys, looks like it could be a little bit of a cookie. Not confirmed just yet, but it does look like it could potentially be a bit of a cookie, and I'm only going to wait half an hour to make my decision on that. But it looks like it could be setting up pretty good. I mean, it's only going to, it'll only be a Thursday. It'll only be a double, a chocolate chip cookie. It's going to be a 60 pip position back up to the 86.21, and then we're going to get a continuation of the downside. So we're literally just profiting off the pullback. But it does look like it could be pretty good. So I'm going to keep an eye on that one. Euro yen, when it loads, what would the signals be for a long? Sorry, Gert, yeah, we can go through that quickly. So for a long, what I'm really looking at is, so what I'm looking at here is the first shaded histogram on the squeeze momentum. I want to see the MACD crossover. Okay, so the MACD line crosses over the signal line, which is the green above the red, and then I'm looking at continuation of strength in the volume indicator here. So if on the next candle's open, if we're green with a shaded histogram, the MACD crossover, and the green volume histogram and the green volume histogram down here, then I'm looking at taking a long back up to the 86.21, taking 60 pips on an EG long before we get the continuation to the downside. My long-term view for Euro Pound is short. To be fair, guys, I remember when everyone was talking about the EG short, and I was talking about shorting it from up here back when I first started at Forex Signals. But that being said, I've still got an EG short bias. I'm just talking about profiting off of a pullback before we get the continuation to go shorter. So yeah, that one looks pretty good. The 1 hour as well is already done in terms of confirmation, because in terms of using multiple time frame confirmation here, really the signal to buy was here. Okay, so MACD crossover, shaded histograms, and the volume indicator there as well. Okay, so right there would have been your lineup for a buy signal on the Euro Pound on the 1 hour time frame, but that was at 12 o'clock midnight in the UK. So unfortunately, I wasn't at my charts and unable to give you that idea then. But I mean, the 4 hour anyway needs to further confirmation at the moment. It looks good. So Euro yen. Guys, I mean, this isn't really been a great performer. Yesterday, the whole week so far, I've had a long bias on Euro yen, simply because price action was above the 125.80 weekly support. We're above EMAs. And what am I always looking out for? I'm always looking out for the path of least resistance. Path of least resistance for the Euro yen is to the upside. We've got a great gap between where price action currently is and the daily resistance of 127.80. We've got a lot of support to the downside here as well. Excuse me. So I'm not necessarily targeting the 127.80. That's not going to be the next target for the Euro yen, but I have got a long bias on it. Okay, so I'm still looking at a very grinding, continued sort of zigzag pattern to the upside. It's not great, guys. It's really, really not great, but I have got a long bias on it. Out of everything that we've traded so far this week, though, being the pound, even the Canadian dollar as well, doing really well, and offering up a few trades. I wouldn't really be focusing too heavily on this Euro yen because it is a slow burner. Exactly the same as the Euro USD. This one has been, it's just been so dry, guys. It's been so dry, this pair. We finally got out of those EMAs. It looked good, looked like we were going to get a bit of a push. Immediately, we did get to about 50% of our position, and then we fell away. And now we're coming back up to 50% of the position again soon enough. It's just a slow burner. I still don't have any other bias to give you. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, EU's looking quite short at the moment or anything, because it's still popping up to the upside. Yesterday we edited the stop loss, and that's the last thing I'm going to be done. I'm going to be done with the trade now. If it hits stop loss, whatever. If it hits TP, whatever, doesn't make a difference. But the stop loss, for those of you who did follow me and you didn't pick up yesterday, the stop loss has been moved to 113.40. We still have really nice protection of the daily support, 113.63. We've got the 200 EMA, we've got the 50 EMA, we've got the 21 as well, all underneath price action. So we've got a ton of support there underneath price, a ton. So I'm still long Euro USD. The path of least resistance at the moment for me is the daily resistance level of 114.47.48, which is my daily thing, but my target's just a little bit below that. So bias for the Euro USD, still long, guys, still long. ZAR USD. Yep, 2 moments. So GJ. So GJ at the moment. So yeah, so sorry guys. So the pound yen just looks like a pullback to me on the one. Yeah, daily support is now in play. 147. 147 level is being big support to the pound yen. This looks like pullback completed, guys. It looks like pullback completed, continuation onto the upside. I think now that we've got the daily support underneath price, I'm still going to be sticking by my 148.50. I'm still going to be sticking by my 148.50 on that one, I think. I mean, this pound really needs to get some momentum going to the downside if we're going to fall, because at the moment the yen looks really weak. So yeah, I mean, unless I see otherwise over the course of the next few hours, I'm still going to be targeting that 148.50 for the GJ. That's going to be my next intraday level for you guys, pretty much on that one. Really, really nice corrective and impulsive waves here as well. You know, straight up, another one, straight on. So yeah, 148.50 for the GJ. I'm going to hold my bias on that one, guys. We've had a pretty decent pullback now, and I just see continuation on, unless I see, you know, pound start to fall off a cliff. Yen's really playing into that one nicely though. Pound dollar as well, weakening off dollar at the moment. I don't think I'm going to be bold enough to state that we're going to reach 134.50. You know, over the course of the next couple of days. I don't really think that's going to be feasible for us, but I do think we could be approaching the 134 magnet. I do think we could be approaching that 134 magnet pretty soon. So yeah, I mean, again, guys, very, very dependent on continued DXY weakness. DXY, even though the dollar's been quite weak at the moment, it's not been considered to be like a really seriously weak pair. It's kind of like a tier 3 kind of weakness at the moment. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a grind here, guys. Definitely going to be a bit of a grind. So we're going to have to really rely on either strong popping down in the dollar, or we're going to get some really good strength in the pound, and that's going to push us up to that 134 level. But the overall bias is going to be continued strength in the two. And after this little pullback that we've had at the moment, I'm starting to see the fresh signs that the MACD is going to curl back over that red soon. We've also got the green on the volume indicator as well. So all signals that we are going to get a continuation to the upside. USD CAD. Yeah, I'll check out the Aussie CAD. Yeah, I'll check out those pairs for you guys in a moment. So USD CAD, we got the failed close below the 131, and look what's happened again. I mean, this is just, I mean, you know, it's not massive moves, guys, but again, this one's been really good. It's been great. You know, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, bang, short, then we go straight away, failed close below the 131, and we get an immediate bounce. We're just starting to come back up here, you know, we're just starting to rise again, back up to 132.27. It's pretty, I mean, relatively, you know, I'm not going to say it's a walk in the park, but relatively, you know, this Euro Oz and USD CAD at the moment, it's just easy trading. It really is. You know, you just get a failed close, you just look for a repeat of what's already happened. You just do the exact same trade that you always have done. I'll say always have done, but you know, have been doing. At the moment, we are coming to a bit of a level of interest. You know, we've had tops and bottoms here. Bottoms come down, failed to close beneath, we went up. Then we've come down here again. We had a real bit of area consolidation for a few hours. I mean, well, bearing in mind that was actually over the course of a couple of days we spent in that area. before we get the continuation of the downside. So again, probably going to find price action, find a little bit of a stumbling point around here, potentially what I would call a roadblock. But then the car may smash through and we'll continue on to the upside and hit that 132.27 again. So I mean, at the moment, guys, I'm long USD CAD. You know, if that, you know, the CAD at the moment looks like it's going to really take off to the downside, so I'm going to hold a long bias on the USD Canadian dollar. And finally, we've got the USD JPY. Yeah. Still don't like that. Yeah, still don't like where this is at the moment. I mean, we've come up, I mean, you guys can see yourselves, okay, the respect that this 200 EMA's got with price action at the moment. Bearing in mind, we have been trying to get through it since the 13th of February, okay, and we just failed to do so every single time. So, I mean, we're trading between very, very close-knit EMAs at the moment. We had it go yesterday, failed out, coming back down. Bearing in mind, we have weekly support and the 50 daily EMA beneath price. If you wanted to really tally up what was going to be the path of least resistance here, it would be indeed to the upside. But at the moment, you know, we've got no evidence to suggest any clear direction that the USD JPY is taking. 4-hour time frame, bouncing off the 50 EMA as well. 1 hour time frame, we're bouncing off the 50 EMA as well. Possibly having a bit of a go down to the 200 like we have done just a moment ago. I don't really like where this one is, guys. I don't really like where this one is at the moment. If you're not in the USD JPY already, I'd probably hold fire. I'd probably hold fire on trading this pair, which is pretty much the same thing I've told you for the whole week. We did get somewhat of an alright move to the downside there. I don't know what that was worth. 50 pipper, I guess. It wasn't even that great, was it? But yeah, USD JPY is not fun. It's not been a good pair for me. It's a bit of a Euro USD, to be honest with you. Yeah, so yeah, I'd hold fire on that one, guys. Don't really like the position of this one at the moment. So let's get looking at your stuff. So we've got the USD. I'll do that one first. Check out the old gold. Right. So, gold at the moment has just done nothing. Bear in mind, what was 25th, wasn't it? So 25th market open was about 1,328, and we are on Thursday and we're 1,325. So we've basically gone nowhere. At all on this pair. We did have a little bit of a go down to the 50, down to the 200 EMA. Price hated it straight away and came back up. So again, guys, this is pretty boring. I wouldn't be focusing on this at the moment. I mean, out of everything that's happened this week, you know, the pound strength and things like that, we should not even be looking at this at the moment. There is nothing going on with this pair at this present moment in time. Nothing at all. So I wouldn't be focusing on this. Okay, professional advice. Don't waste your time with gold dollar at the moment. In order for gold dollar to really get going, you need dollar to really get going. And at the moment, DXY is doing nothing. So henceforth, this pair is doing nothing. It's very similar to the EU. Can you look at Aussie CAD? Yeah, Unitol, I will indeed. Aussie CAD. So Aussie CAD at the moment. Previous low's been hit. Yeah. Yeah, Aussie CAD long, and I will be long to Bear with me 2 moments. $94, $95. Ooh. 94.59. Yeah. 94.60. Yeah, 94.60 for the Aussie CAD. Maybe a little bit lower because that 200 EMA is going to be coming down, but I'd say around 94.60. Yeah, exactly that, Sonic. Yeah, I'd say about 94.60 for the Aussie CAD. Yeah. Max, if you can look at the NZD JPY. Yep, sure enough, I will indeed. NZD JPY, that looks pretty good, short. Let's have a look at what the gap close is worth here. That's worth about 60 pips, so looks good. 4-hour candlestick, looks like it's trying to get a close beneath. We've only got 13 minutes for the candlestick to close. So that one to me, guys, oh wait, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that one looks pretty good. Thing is though, we've got a weak yen, we've got a weak NZD, so it's going to be very, we're not going to get the same sort of volatility and power that we got, you know, down here, up here. It's going to be like this, a lot of price action indecision with the overall direction down. So, yeah. Yeah, I like NZD JPY short. I do like it short, but I don't think it's going to be clean. I think it's going to be a bit of a grind, that one. And I would certainly be targeting the 200 EMA for a short on the NZD JPY. Max, have I got any chocolate chip cookies? Yeah, maybe, yeah, maybe. I'm just, I'm still having a look at that one at the moment. That one, I mean, it continues to look good, but I'm going to wait the extra 12 minutes for the candlestick to close to see where we are at with it. Yeah, I just want to be patient with that one, but could be a little Thursday. Could be a little Thursday chocolate chip cookie, possibly. Max, could you have? I've done an NZD USD. I've already done Desolator. I've already done that one, buddy. USD CAD. I've already done. USD NOK. USD NOK. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Yeah, no worries, Desolator. It's all good. Catch it. Get it on catch up, buddy. USD NOK. I've removed that one. USD NOK. Yeah, that doesn't look too pretty either, to be honest. Bit speechless about this one, actually. A little bit speechless after we had such a nice run up the up to the top there. It's just looked a little bit scrappy now, isn't it? I mean, bias is going to be short. We're below EMAs. Always looking for that path of least resistance here, guys. So yeah, I'm going to have a short bias on it, but I don't really like it. Certainly not going to be certainly not going to be like the call out on the market analysis report. You know, it's nothing like that. Yeah, I'm sitting on the fence a little bit with that one, to be honest, guys. I don't really like the condition of the price action here at the moment. I've got a short bias because we're below the EMA's path of least resistance to the downside. Just double check the daily here for a minute. Daily looks much nicer. Candlestick below the 50. You know, we've got previous lows down here to be able to target for it. So longer term, yep, I do like it longer term. But on the intraday level, I just don't really like this. Don't really like this at the moment. It looks a little bit scrappy. Can I talk about oil? I could talk about oil for ages, El Toto. We'll have a look at it for you, buddy. No worries. Let's have a look at what oil's been doing. So we came up. We got another touchdown on the 57.46. Got a rejection. Heading back down now. I'm going to remove that though. That's not worth anything to me. Yeah, it's price action divergence all over the place in there. Don't like that one either. All sorts of information coming out of that. Yeah, still looking good. Downside potential. Yeah, I'd be short. I'm short oil. Yeah, I'd be looking to short oil probably down to around 55.24. Yeah, so. Yeah, 55.20, 55.24, somewhere around that. Yeah. Short oil. Max, would you think AJ could reach 78.50 area, or would the 4-hour roadblock? Or would the 4-hour roadblock EMAs stop that drop? Let's go. Let's get a look at AJ. Come on then, let's have a look at AJ before I shoot. AJ. So AJ at the moment, 4-hour EMAs underneath price. Well, could this be a pullback for continuation long? 2 seconds, guys. Sorry for being quiet. 2 minutes. That's what I need. To low. I wouldn't be too short, AJ. I don't think. Yeah, I think we could probably get down to around the 200 EMA, but I don't think that's going to be a continuation to the short side. I think we're going to get a bit of. I think we're going to grind up higher on the AJ. In all honesty, you know, a minimum of reaching the 80 magnet again. So I think this is going to be a bit of a. I think this is going to be a bit of a scenario where we get a price action pullback, bit of a rejection of 200 EMA, and then we start to make a higher high longer term. What do you mean? Shouldn't be guessing, Max. Rules would state either long or short. What are your rules? Prices above the 200 EMA. Well, that's exactly what I just said, Yo-Yo. I am long. I think this is going to be a price action pullback and a rejection of the 200 EMA to make higher highs. What I was using fib extension to actually give you a more than guessing. It was an accurate reading using fib extect. So yeah, I'm long on AJ. Right, I am out of here, guys. At the moment, things look a little bit tired. We have had a good week's trading so far, so I'll be a little bit patient now. It looks like we're going to be having a little bit of a pullback day, so just be very, very patient. And yeah, wish you the best of luck, guys. Look forward to catching you later on in the US session. Take care. See you later on.